Right, there we go. Hello, we're back. Let me sort the fake. Let me sort the webcam out. There we go. Here we go. So we're back. Arsenal versus Chelsea. Let's hope. Right. I mean, I've seen some of you guys have already got your predictions in the chat. Right. So let me get rid of these predictions, and we'll get the. You know what? I'm going 2-1 Arsenal. Back Arsenal. Right. So Nico's gone through. Chelsea. You're going 2-0 Chelsea. Fortnite has gone 4-2 Chelsea. I tell you what, I've had a horrific week on fantasy. Great start. Great United match to start the day before my new some seminar commences. I imagine. Come on, Arsenal, do your best. Come on. Right, there we go. And away we go here in this game. You're going for a Lukaku hat-trick. Now that would be nice. Not for me though. I don't have Lukaku in my fantasy team. There we go. Timer synced up. You're going Arsenal 1-0. There we go. Ollie out, mate. There you go again. If you're Ollie in at this point, I'm just sorry for you. Look, we're 2 games into the season. Smith Rowe. Good save by Ben. Not Benjamin Mendy. Edouard Mendy. Right. So, let me show you guys the starting lineups. So, the lineups are thus. Oh, hold on. I know why. There we go. So it's Leno and goal. It's Cedric, Holding, Murray, Tierney. Obviously, Ben White misses out. I think he might be on the bench, actually. Was it through illness or he picked up a knock or something like that? So he hasn't just been dropped. Then it's Sambi Lokonga and Granit Xhaka. I really like the look of Sambi Lokonga in the last game. Reece James has his shot blocked. So I'm looking forward to seeing Sambi Lokonga play again. Then it's Bukayo Saka on the left. Smith Rowe at 10. Pepe, on the right. Gabriel Martinelli leads the line. While for, what's his name? For Chelsea, it's Mendy, Azpilicueta, Christensen, Rudiger, Reece James, Jorginho, Kovacic, Marcus Alonso, Mason Mount, Kai Havertz and Romelu Lukaku. So on the benches, there's Aubameyang, Smith Rowe, not Smith Rowe, Maitland-Niles, Nuno Tavares, Callum Chambers, Reece Nelson, El Neni, Balogun, Sayo Kolasinac, and Aaron Ramsdale, with Kepa, Thiago Silva, N'Golo Kante, Timo Werner, Trevor Chalaba, Kurt Zouma, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Ben Chilwell, and Hakim Ziyech on the bench for Arsenal, for Spurs, not Spurs, for Chelsea. That's the team. Right. Do you want to win a trophy this year? Still, regardless of the manager, you cannot you can't say that though, because even with Ollie or not, sack Ollie, get in, let's say, Antonio Conte. We're still not a better team than Chelsea, than Man City. Liverpool still have a better team. Chelsea still have a better team. Like, I don't see what your argument is. Like, this idea, oh, we had a better manager, we'll definitely win a trophy this year. It's just not true. We don't have a better team than Chelsea, than what's his name, than Liverpool, than Man City. Nowhere near when it comes to Man City, and probably Chelsea and Liverpool. Like, Lukaku, Havertz, shoots, well blocked. Show us the fantasy Premier League teams. Yeah, I will do that in a minute, mate. Tell me any better managers. Do you actually think Arsenal can deliver? No, he's a serial failure. No Corona. Conte and Zidane, and Zidane. And besides that, Ollie is one of the worst managers in the league. Given Hassan Hool nearly got Southampton relegated last year. Graham Potter's good, yeah. They wouldn't know. Firstly, Conte plays defensive football, and second was only good because he had prime Ronaldo. Yeah, I mean, Real Madrid weren't great last year. Was it second to Atletico Madrid? It's not about winning. About winning one little simple trophy. Europa League final. Forgot that already. Yeah, we played poorly, but everyone can play poorly. I mean, I remember against during Mourinho's spell, we should have lost the League Cup final to Southampton. That doesn't mean Mourinho was a specialist in failure. We were absolutely battered by Southampton. I think they had 2 goals disallowed that were fair goals. Like, just we lost what, one final that I would say we should have lost. All the semi-finals, we came up against teams that are better than us. Man City, is it 2 of them? Better than us. Sevilla is the only game that we should have won. We battered them and they got lucky. But obviously they even went and won the thing. Chelsea, better than us. Tell me another manager before Ollie that consistently brought us back to top 4. Too many kids in this chat. I'm sorry, mate. Got to go. In a bit still, mate. Reece James. Kovacic. Also, any manager before. Look. To try to put this discussion to bed, do I think another manager would do better with this squad? Maybe. Um, do I think? Do I think you could say that about a lot of clubs? Yeah, I do. I mean, I think you could. Real Madrid could get a better manager. Barcelona could get a better manager. Inter Milan could get a better manager and get better results. That doesn't necessarily mean you do it. I mean, Chelsea could probably get a better manager, even though Thomas Tuchel is a fantastic manager. Saka, Kieran Tierney. But what? Look, Ollie he has a target on the back already. He is. Look, I mean, Seal's on his back already. All the Ollie outers will be because it's not good enough. Today weren't good enough, and that's my biggest issue with Ollie. It's too often we see it, but we somehow get results. And look, that's a sign of a team that can go win stuff when you pick up results when you've not played well. But hmm, uh, you'll be crying like a small kid after 2 seasons, even after a new manager comes in. Oh yeah, I mean that's the big issue. I mean, we've been through. We've had Louis van Gaal. We wanted him gone. We wanted Mourinho gone. I mean, we need someone to build with. And look, the question is Ollie the wrong man to be given the keys to that rebuild? I mean, obviously that's for you guys to debate. Smith Rowe heads it back in. Mendy grabs hold. So I mean, yeah, that's the question. But I do think now we've got Ollie, you've got to let him build. And look, this at the end of this season, if he doesn't produce the goods, maybe you do let him go. So, my fantasy football is looking horrific. So that's how my fantasy football team looks at the moment. Horrific. The Conga goes out to Saka. Smith Rowe. I think Arsenal have started quite well here, though, to be fair. Tierney. Granit Xhaka. Hold him. They're not playing a back three, are they? No, they're playing a back two. Samuel Conga. Cedric. Just a poor ball. Mendy will just grab hold. Uh, oh, was it okay? Hold on, let me go to live chat actually. Ah, there we go. Again, it's the top chat stuff. I always forget to change it. Um, if you're Leno against Lukaku, what would you do? I'd shit myself. Leno's just rubbish, isn't he? Rudiger, Kovacic. Oh, Chelsea playing with a back three. Yeah. Does Arsenal have a cryptocurrency? I think Arsenal have their own cryptocurrency. Mental. Right. Long ball. Reece James wins it, but Smith Rowe gets onto it. Good defending by, was that Christensen? Hold him. Flips it back forward. Christensen takes it down. Yeah, he's carries. Yeah, he's rubbish. Leno. The thing is with Leno, and very similar to Karius, is Leno can be quite good, but at the same time can be absolutely dreadful. And them sort of players, where they're either brilliant or god awful, you cannot build teams around. You can't. And I think that's what what's his name has. Leno is. He can't. Well, Arsenal in general have too many players like that. Here comes Reece James. Lukaku on his debut. Lukaku's already scored. I think he's just onside. There we go. 1-0 Chelsea already. Fuck me, Rob Holding's hairline is shit. Great start for Chelsea, to be fair. You got to give it to them. Reece James. Mason Mount. Rudiger's just like galloping. In a bit Fortnite, sweet mate. Kovacic. Samuel Congo picks it up. Smith Rowe. Saka. Ball from Saka. Lukaku's going to score so many goals. We had this guy, by the way. Man United, we had him. We sold him to Inter Milan. Bukayo Saka. Xhaka. Pepe does well. Oh, sorry, Lonzo does well. Saka. Cedric. Nuno Tavares. Cedric. Nice play here. Mendy. Rudiger. Ollie out. I mean, look, you're entitled to your opinion. I just hope, Greg, that if you are Ollie out, you haven't changed just because of this Southampton game. I don't think you can change your opinion on Ollie after 2 games of this season. Reece James, Mount, Reece James, cross in, Leno grabs hold of it. Saka. Smith Rowe. Looks for Saka. Smith Rowe. Xhaka. Xhaka. Smith Rowe. Xhaka. Rob Holding. Pablo Mari. What on earth was that by Pablo Mari? Mate, I've been on out for a long time. Cannot believe he played. But Greg, when he put Greenwood up top. After the goal, and we were awful. Greenwood playing up top today didn't make a difference and wouldn't have made a difference. Look at that Lukaku goal again. Lukaku is so strong, so quick. He's absolutely world class. Alonso puts it in. Leno does well. Ball comes into the box. Reece James. Kovacic. Reece James puts the ball into the box. Lukaku heads over. And not playing Donny over the clowns in midfield. Yeah, look, I'll never understand that. I'll never back not playing Van der Beek today. I just don't understand why Van der Beek doesn't get a minute. Leno goes out to Cedric. Pepe. Nicholas Pepe. Nice ball out to Bukayo Saka. Here's Bukayo Saka. From Bukayo Saka. Could have went either way, but kind of just ran into Aspilicueta there. I'm neither really. Look. If I had to be put into one camp, I would have to say I'm Ollie in. But I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm Ollie in. I wouldn't say I'm Ollie out. I'm not kind for. Well, when it's kind of like I don't care. Like it's too early in this season for me to give anything or give a real opinion. Well, because McTominay was injured, so we tried to go for a like for like change in McTominay. What's his name? McTominay for Matic. That's what we tried to do, but of course it didn't work. Rudiger. Back to Mendy. Rudiger. Kovacic. Kai Havertz. Lovely ball out to Reece James, and here comes Lukaku. Reece James, Mount. Well blocked. Reece James should have found Lukaku. Should have been 2-0. Can you honestly say a top class manager won't get a better tune out of this the players we have? So much talent waste. Well, yes and no. I think with Ollie, you have a manager that often, well, at times does get the very best out of this squad. And we look, I don't think in some games, like against when we played Leeds, I don't think another manager would have got us to play as well as we did in that game. However, you then look at games like today, and I think a lot of managers in world football would have got a better tune out of the players. I think he has definitely improved players. Luke Shaw, Mason Greenwood is getting better each and every game. Well, I think Wan-Bissaka is getting better. So I think, look, he has improved players. Pogba is playing some of the best football he's ever played at in a Manchester United shirt. Venue. Oh, I forgot to change it. Oh, dearie me. See, that's the problem, because usually on my graphics I don't have the venue, so I forget to do it when I change it. Yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah, I could, like I said, I don't like on my for example my what's it called Watchalong, my Man United Watchalong. I don't have the venue or like the competition, so I just forget to do it. Right. There we go. That should sorted it. Has that sorted it? There we go. There you go. It's not like he's good at bringing young players through into the first team. Greenwood is the only player. Well, yeah, but I mean, apart from Langer's injured, Garner's not ready. I don't think there's a lot of players that are really ready for first team football. Well. Who saw Chelsea winning this game considering winning the game? Swear Arsenal are the title contenders. So, I mean, look, Chelsea have been the more dangerous team, but I think Arsenal have fared their own. I think Arsenal have fared their own, to be fair. Again, on Ollie is who apart Ahmad, but by the looks of it, he's going out on loan. Who Lukaku rolls. Murray, good defending by Murray though. Romelu Lukaku. Ball comes in. Murray clears. Well, yeah, with Ollie, I don't think there's many young players that are ready to come through. And then look, I think next season, if he's still here, then it's crunch time for him. If the loans go, like for example, James Garner goes as well as we hope they will. Because we need a defensive midfielder. James Garner could come in and fill that void if he has a good year at Nottingham Forest. Ahmad, obviously, if he does go out on loan, see how well he gets on. I think Alanga in pre-season looked fantastic, but clearly Ollie doesn't care about pre-season because Donny doesn't play. Long ball from Holden looking for Pepe. Rudiger on the chase. Good defending. What I will say to try and finish the Ollie in, Ollie out and my position. If Ollie gets sacked, I would accept it, and I don't think I'd care too much. Well, I don't think I'd be disappointed. If he doesn't get sacked, I wouldn't really care, and I don't think I'd be disappointed. That's how I feel. Xhaka, Sambi Lokonga goes for goal over the bar. I hope that clears it up. You'll have a party. I think there's quite a lot of people that would. Still HD would definitely would. Realist would. Nah, job stability says stable. No shots. He's fired. Lukaku. Havertz. Alonso. Lukaku goes for goal from the edge of the box. Well blocked. Jorginho keeps it alive. Samuel Lokonga brings it out from the back. Finds Bukayo Saka. Good tackle by Aspilicueta. And here's a good chance for Chelsea potentially. Where's Rom? There he is. He's slowly getting back forward. Nice playing here by Chelsea, just knocking it around. Rudiger. Aspie. Havertz. James. Mendy. Rudiger. Would any... Well, no, I don't think they would. I don't. And look, I mean, I've been fairly confident in saying this. Arsenal don't have a very good squad. And two, I don't think, and well, I don't think the problem with Arsenal is Arteta. I don't think their squad's very good. I think their players are massively overhyped when they're not that good. If you look at this Arsenal-Chelsea game, Leno isn't better than Mendy. We'll even put it in Arsenal's formation to be fair on Arsenal, to give them more of a chance. Reece James is going at right back. Centre backs, Thiago Silva, Rudiger, all go in without any questions really asked. If you're going into a back three, then Aspilicueta goes in there. Midfield, in a 4-3-3, Jorginho, Kante, Mount. Even Kovacic, for me, goes in before Partey, Xhaka, Lokonga, Odegaard. On the wings, Havertz. You got, what's his name? Werner. Mount. All go in over Saka, Pepe. Maybe Aubameyang goes in when he's at his very best. Maybe. Then Lukaku starts up top. I mean, I've done it for the Spurs team. Leno doesn't start. Well, for the Spurs team, Laurie starts. Right back, I'm taking Aurier, Tanganga, Doherty even over Bellerin, Cedric and Callum Chambers. Centre backs, Romero starts, and then Arsenal can probably have Ben White. Here is Smith Rowe, looks to put it across. Good defending by Alonso. Pepe picks it up now. Left back, Reguilon easily over Tierney. I think Tierney's overrated. Then midfield, and Dombele gets in over anyone. Højbjerg does as well. I mean, Lo Celso at his best does as well. Then Humansson definitely starts. Obviously, Kane starts. Maybe they have a Saka or a Aubameyang in. But again, Spurs have a better team than them, and Spurs aren't very good. I think Smith Rowe's a baller as well. Yeah. Reece James is quality. Yeah. Alonso. Havertz. Lovely play from Havertz. And here is Marcos Alonso. Finds Romelu Lukaku. Xhaka, great defending. Reece James. 2-0. 2-0. Great start by Reece James and he scores. And look, this could get embarrassing at this rate. Mount found Reece James. Tierney, awful defending. Just doesn't know where he is. First goal since September for Reece James. Reece James heads it back to Mendy. And look, I mean, I don't think Tierney's that good. I mean, I've seen Arsenal fans genuinely believe Kieran Tierney like the best, third best, one of the best left backs in the Premier League. Arsenal fans generally still believe he's better than Luke Shaw. Mental. Kovacic. Havertz. Mount. Chelsea, they're just taking control of this game. Chelsea showing what you can do with a top class manager. Is their team really much better than ours? I would say it is. I mean, you look at the midfield, Jorginho and Kovacic. We have Fred and McTominay. Or Matic and McTominay. Or Matic and Fred. I mean, look. You cannot underestimate how important a defensive midfielder is. And your midfield is. We don't have a midfield, and like hardly ever. And look, if we did have a proper midfielder, and we were playing like we did every week, then I would definitely be Ollie out. But we don't have a proper defensive midfielder. Because Matic is past it. And look, the part of the reason I would say I probably am still, well, not Ollie in, but not Ollie out, is that I think we saw after lockdown, which, I mean, that was over a year ago now, when we did have a proper defensive midfielder, when Matic could actually play week in, week out. We were fantastic. We were the best team in the Premier League during that spell. We haven't seen it since, really. But like, if we can get a proper defensive midfielder, and then I think, look, there's no excuse for Ollie. But look, that all being said, there was no excuse for today. Like, it weren't good enough. Like, we were rubbish today. But I mean, that being said, Man City were dreadful against Chelsea in the Champions League final. Does that instantly mean they had to sack Pep? And obviously, I know it's a bit of it's an exaggeration, yes, but you get what I mean. You get the point. Mount does really well, puts it into the box. Havertz kind of took it off the head of Lukaku. Chelsea found Mason Mount 1v1 with Pablo Mari, who's not had a good game at all. Saka. Good defending by Alonso. Leno. Pablo Mari. Xhaka. Cedric. Pepe. Xhaka. Tierney. Pepe. Saka. Pepe. Ref! Penalty, surely! Surely that's a penalty for Arsenal and Saka. Although it looked like it might, in truth, actually, it looked like Saka might have actually kicked Reece James. I mean, we'll see it again. Oh, this will be a better angle. It's a penalty. For me, that's a penalty. He trips him. It's got to be a penalty, surely. Is that a nutmeg as well from Pepe on Aspilicueta? Has to be a penalty for me. Surely it's a penalty. Not been given. Chelsea's team is better. Arsenal's definitely wouldn't excuse a battering though. How is he not given a penalty for that? It was a pen. How is that not a penalty? And look, I said it last year at times. Arsenal was screwed over by VAR last year, and I think that it's the same this year. You're not going to get much clearer of a penalty than that. What did he tweet? Uh, uh, we've decided to give Ronaldo with Ronaldo. It's normal. Ronaldo 100% stay. So Ronaldo wants to leave. By the looks of it, Ronaldo wants to leave, but what's it called? But Juventus don't want to sell him. I can't believe it weren't given. The corner here for Chelsea. Arsenal, sorry, about 2 minutes before the half time. Pablo Mari and Holding's up for it. Xhaka's in the box as well. Pepe puts the ball in. Cedric picks it up edge of the box. Can they get a good ball in? They can. Mari wins it. Holding! Can't get hold of it. And Alonso will just clear it out. Rob Holding and Rudiger having a little bit of a back and forth. Both look like they've gone into the book. Well, at least Holding has. It's an awful chance by Holding, to be fair, on Alonso. I can see why Holding went into the book now. Right. So Edouard Mendy will take this free kick. In line with the penalty box. And 2 minutes of added time for this first off. Lokonga wins the first ball. Rudiger goes long. Holding brings it down. Tierney. Here is Saka. Here is Xhaka. Breaking into the box. Looks to cross it in. Good defending. Where would you rate that partnership of Holding? It's awful. I quite liked Mari, sorry. I thought he was alright. And next to a good centre-back, he could be alright. Holding's not that, though. I don't really think Ben Mee's that. Rob Holding's had a hair transplant. I'll tell you that for free. I tell you what, guys, make sure you you save your money, save your £5 or whatever it is for the end of this year. You gotta make sure you save it for Amazon Prime for when the documentary comes out. Because that's gonna be an entertainment feast. Mount. Lokonga wins it. I will binge watch that documentary on the day it comes out. Yeah, I think I'll probably watch it 3 or 4 times. But look, I mean there's half time. I think from an Arsenal perspective, I don't know why they've done it, because they're just going to out themselves as a badly run club. Like, that's all that you're going to get from this documentary. You're going to see how badly run it is. But look, half time, Arsenal 0, Chelsea 2. Not been great for Arsenal, has it? It's not been great for Arsenal whatsoever. If I load the stat screen up. There we go. 10 shots, 3 on target. Chelsea more shots on target than Arsenal have shots in general. Dominating the ball. I mean, it's just not happening for Arsenal, is it? I mean, look, the bright side is that they've got Aubameyang on the bench. Martinelli, you'd be mistaken to believe he's on the bench because Martinelli is actually starting. He's just been absolutely anonymous. Like, he's been dreadful. So look, you probably bring Aubameyang on at half time if you're an Arsenal Arsenal manager. The documentary going to be called "We Still Dwell on the 04 Season." No, it's been renamed. Obviously, it's not all or nothing anymore. It's all for nothing. Like, you're going to play all your games all for absolutely no reason because you're going to finish 6th. Do you think Arsenal will last the season? I think he should last the season. I like Arteta. I think he's a good manager. Look, for me, you bring in, let's say you bring in Arteta. Not Arteta, sorry. You bring in Zidane. You bring in Conte. You think that squad is still not doing any better? That a new manager just rips up that squad like Arteta is trying to do. The squad's not good enough. No, there's no chance. Arsenal, after the turn of the year in 2021, last season, picked up the 4th most points. Like, they picked up more points than Liverpool, than Chelsea, than Leicester. But they didn't do badly. So I think a little bit more respect deserves to be on Arsenal's name from last season. They just with Arsenal fans, and when I'm saying Arsenal fans, I mean specifically people like maybe not DT, but what's his name? Is it Troops? He just can't, and a lot of the people are really on Arsenal fan TV. They just can't accept the reality. It's always sack Emery, Wenger out, Emery out, Arteta out. Accept the fact that your squad's not that great. You've got players that even judging them on their very best performances. So if you're judging Xhaka on his very best of performance, he's still not good enough to get into Man City, Man United, Chelsea starting 11, and yet you don't see the Xhaka at his very best hardly ever. So that's the big issue. You have players that aren't good enough, that don't turn up often enough, and same with Leno. I mean, I said it when we watched the Brentford game. They're mates. A lot of the Arsenal fan TV people are mates with players, and it's smart from the players. Like Leno, I'm pretty sure they're good friends. Like Leno is like mates with some people from Arsenal fan TV. So Arsenal fan TV then doesn't criticise Leno enough, but instead we'll go for people like Hector Bellerin, who in the past has criticised Arsenal fan TV. And while I don't think Hector Bellerin is a good player, Leno's a bigger problem. Aubameyang doesn't get anywhere near the criticism. He was shocking last season. Got his contract and then went off. And yet doesn't get criticised because he's mates with him. And like I said, you have people with big followings like Troops who I'm convinced he doesn't watch the games. Like, well, he does. He doesn't like properly watch them and analyse them because he just talks rubbish. Like, and instead of like pinpointing the real problems, like I try and do when I'm watching him, even though I don't care really about Arsenal, he just goes, "Arteta out, blood. What are you doing? What are you doing? Blah blah blah." Just getting and being aggressive because he knows that's what people want to watch. And then because they have such a big following, people will then instantly think, oh, his footballing opinion is instantly right. When he just talks rubbish. Like he's just naive, and it's, yeah. Claude was the best thing about that channel. I mean, look, I can't lie and say I watch Arsenal Fan TV, really. So I don't know too much about Claude. But from whatever I've heard about him, he seemed like a really top lad. And obviously my thoughts go to his family. Oh, I've seen Lee Gunner. He chats shit as well. He's like, Lee Gunner is like the Arsenal equivalent of Rantspant, and he talks shit as well. He said some ludicrous stuff as well. The problem is Arsenal simply don't have very good players. That's the long and short of it. Your squad is not good enough. And until you have an owner that allows the manager, whether it's Arteta, whether it was Emery, whether it was Wenger in his latter years, if he wanted to, come into this to the club and rip that squad apart, you will never win Premier League titles. If we go over to the lineup, let's go through this team. Leno's not good enough. Cedric's not good enough. Holding's not good enough. Mari probably isn't good enough. Tierney, let's say he is. Sambi Lokonga, who knows? I mean, he's very young. I like the look of him. Xhaka's not good enough. Smith Rowe, maybe. Pepe, not really. Gabriel Martinelli, not good enough. Look at the bench. Aubameyang, getting back to his best he is. Last season he wasn't. Maitland-Niles not good enough. Nuno Tavares as a bench player, yeah, sure. Callum Chambers not good enough. Nelson not good enough. El Neni not good enough. Balogun not good enough. Kolasinac not good enough. Ramsdale, maybe in the future. I mean, you compare the bench from Arsenal and Chelsea. Well, even, I think, scratch that actually. Let's look at this Chelsea bench. Does Kepa start over Leno? We'll say no. Silva starts. Kante starts. Werner starts. Trevor Chalobah. Maybe, I think it's up for debate whether he starts. Zuma starts. Hudson-Odoi, maybe. Chilwell starts. Hakim Ziyech starts. Like, this squad is full of dead weight that just simply isn't good enough. Is it just me, or was the match men between versus boys every time it went to? Yeah, I agree. It was the vast difference in quality was, like you said, men versus boys. I think at times Arsenal have looked alright, but they're just not good enough long term. And look, the best thing that can happen to Arsenal isn't their manager getting sacked, isn't whatever. It's the new owner who has a plan. And I think, look, that's part of the problem. Well, you look at Chelsea, they have a plan. Man United, I feel like we don't have a plan, and is what part of the reason. Maybe I would still, I'm not completely Ollie out. We don't have a plan. So if we sacked Ollie, for example, whoever we get in as manager, I wouldn't know. I think it would be completely different to what we have now. I don't think he'd be back, and we'll be in the same position as we are now. Arsenal, I have this completely the same opinion. You get rid of Arteta. I don't know who they bring in. I don't think it would probably be the same type of manager as Arteta. I think Mikel Arteta is a lot closer match to Wenger than he is Emery. Emery and Wenger were completely different managers. So is Arteta and Emery. So you sack Arteta. I don't think you get a manager in that works with a group of squad really. Or I have my doubts of whether he would. I mean, there's so much wrong at Arsenal. A manager isn't it. Aren't Arsenal the team which spent the most this window? They are. But I think that shows how far behind they are. Like, I like a lot of their players. Like their new signs under Arteta. Really? Partey, you have to say, was a good signing. What's his name? I really like the look of Lokonga. I thought he was brilliant against Brentford. I think Ben White has everything. Is a good defender, and I think he will become even better. The issue is, their squad isn't good enough. Would you suggest Ollie to Arsenal? No, I wouldn't. Arsenal just need a rude awakening. Let's accept City and Chelsea are the strongest teams on paper. I mean, I would still put Liverpool in there. I think people are sleeping on Liverpool. I mean, Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk, Joe Gomez, Matip, Kanate, Robertson. Tisha Mikas looks very good, especially for a backup. Fabinho, Thiago, Henderson, Naby Keita. I like Oxlade-Chamberlain, Salah, Mane, Firmino, Jota. Harvey looks very good. Not very good. Not very good, Greg. Not very good. Right, second half about to come. Right. Any changes for next week? Not. I can't tell you that. If you're talking about my fantasy team still, can't be telling you that. Bruce James, Jorginho, James. So second half has kicked off. Right, here comes Reece James. Mount. Reece James. Mount. James. Reece James. Finds Lukaku. Jorginho. 4-1 Chelsea final score. Bring in James. Bring in. I'm giving you no hints about my fantasy football and what I'm thinking about doing. Aspilicueta. Lukaku's just bullying. He's just bullying. Reece James. Kovacic. Aspilicueta. Lukaku. Lukaku looks to get through and Rob Holding clears it out. Are they? Oh yeah, they are. I mean, I don't imagine they'll get a red carded, but they are getting absolutely pushed around by Lukaku. Rudiger. Kai Havertz. Surely Lukaku is the strongest in the league. I mean, he's up there. I think Mikel Antonio's a strong lad. Willy Bolly. Maguire's a strong lad. Adama Traore. Christensen does well. Alonso. Cedric. Holding. Look, he's got a hair transplant. That's what he's done. You can see he's got his hair transplant. That's why he's cut it all off. Kovacic. Lukaku. Rolls Murray. Good defending in the end. He recovered there, Murray. Alonso. Mount. Mount. Good defending by Rob Holding. Tierney chasing after it. Ball back to Mendy. Poor first touch by Mendy. He deals with it. Mendy goes long. Tierney flicks it forward. Oh, lovely touch by Martinelli. Found Smith Rowe, but poor. Get Martinelli off. He's been rubbish today. I think he's massively overrated. Murray. Xhaka. Martinelli can't pick it up. Smith Rowe wins it. Wins a free kick. Surely. Referee, that's awful. Kovacic. Looks at the ball to Marcus Alonso. Cedric's back well. The ref is a Chelsea fan. He's been awful. Pepe. Sambi Lokonga. Smith Rowe puts the ball in. Good defending by Rudiger. Cedric. Pepe puts the ball in. Well defended by Mason Mount. Sambi Lokonga. Xhaka. Bukayo Saka. Saka goes for goal. Mendy pushes it over. Good hit by Bukayo Saka. The corner here for Arsenal. Pepe puts the ball into the box. Is Pepe actually good at delivering corners? Saka. Saka battling. Does he win a corner? No, goal kick. If I had to look like Emery, he wouldn't be in a job. I always thought the Emery appointment was weird in the first place. Reece James. Brilliant from Mount. Lukaku holds up. Finds Reece James. Great play there by Lukaku. He's been fantastic today. Rudiger. Christensen. Aspie. Christensen. Kovacic. Rudiger. Christensen. Aspilicueta. Rudiger. Chelsea just knocking it around. Arsenal pressing. Xhaka just fouls Jorginho. It's so poor there from Xhaka. Because while the referee didn't give the free kick, if Arsenal do win the ball there and their press was alright, was like they were pushing them back, it just gets pulled back for the free kick. This is what you mean. You cannot rely on players like Granit bloody Xhaka. Havertz. Reece James. Aspilicueta. Puts the ball in. They just about sort it. The Mason Mount with the corner for Chelsea. Ball comes in. Gabriel Martinelli. Unless the ball hit him in the face, it falls back to Chelsea. If Chelsea score, this is on Martinelli. Great play here by Chelsea. Just knocking it around so easily. Cedric deals with it. And can Smith Rowe get it clear? Does. Alonso just takes it down. Very sorry for the Arsenal youngsters. All the pressure is on them to perform. Yeah, I mean, Saka, he has to perform for him, doesn't he? Smith Rowe, same. Martinelli. So I don't think he's great. Martinelli's alright. He's not amazing. Martinelli's probably their third best youngster. Maybe fourth if you include Lokonga. I don't know. They go long. Pepe takes it down. He's offside. That is horrific from Nicolas Pepe. Leno has the ball for ages. How is he offside? Reece James. Lukaku. Mount. Mason Mount shoots wide. Just thinking, is Saliba any worse than these clowns at the back? Who knows? Look, the way I see the French league, well, when you're signing players from the French league, or when you've got a new signing from the French league that you're excited about, oh, it's the best league in the world. It's a fantastic. But then when you're looking at players, like let's say you look at Neymar, who's killed it in France, and you want to discredit it, you go, oh, it's a farmers league. You can't have it both ways. Saliba's either doing pretty good in a crap league that are full of farmers, or the French league's really good, and you can't then start calling it a farmers league all the time. And look, obviously, there's a difference between saying, "Oh, it's a farmers league" as a joke and saying it properly. Leno. Goes long. Can Martinelli bring it down? Well, won there by Christensen. So Aubameyang's coming on. Pepe puts the... It's an awful ball in again by Pepe. Holding just wide. Murray headed it back and Rob Holding just heads wide. We'll see this again. Murray headed it back in. Holding should score for me. Should score. Heads it wide. So, I mean, to be fair, Arsenal, a bit of sustained attack. Zambi Lokonga. Rob Holding needs to watch himself. He's on a booking already. Thomas Tuchel doesn't look happy. So Saka's coming off. Saka off. Aubameyang on. Here comes Aubameyang. Can he actually refine his form from last season? from, sorry, 2 years ago, last season. They don't want that form. What? When it's going bad, Aubameyang is the last person I want on the pitch. He's gone up top by the looks of it. So Martinelli will move out to the left. So maybe they'll have a proper goal scorer now. Poor from Xhaka. Xhaka's gonna get himself booked for shouting at the referee. Idiot. Here's Gabriel Martinelli. Just overplays it. Play the pass, mate, you idiot. Aubameyang shot right at Bendy. He was under, now he's over. Ballon d'Or shouts are ridiculous. When Jorginho's getting Ballon d'Or shouts, he cannot be under. He can only ever be overrated. I think he's a very good player, Jorginho. But he's nowhere near a Ballon d'Or winner. I mean, look, Lukaku's in here. Good defending in the end. Pepe plays it out. Here is Xhaka. This is all you need to know about why Jorginho shouldn't get Player of the Year. You look at in both teams in both competitions. Chelsea have won this year. He wasn't Chelsea's best player. In the Premier, well, in general, last season, Mason Mount was Chelsea's best player. In the Champions League, Kante was better than him. In the Euros, Donnarumma was better than him. Donnarumma was player of the tournament. Pogba had a better Euros, well, performed better in the Euros than Jorginho. Jorginho obviously won it, but Paul Pogba was magnificent. Great chance here for Aubameyang. Mendy's out of his line. Wow. Well played there by Edouard Mendy. Sambi Lokonga did well. A slightly overhit ball. Looking for Aubameyang maybe. And Mendy's off his line really well. We'll see it again here. Sambi Lokonga picked it up in midfield. And it was a great run by Aubameyang. It really was. Great spot by Lokonga. Just slightly overhit. But that's what you... I mean, that sort of... overcooking that pass slightly there. What you expect from a 20-year-old. Like, you can't expect the world from Sambi Lokonga. But he looks fantastic for me. How old is Lokonga? 21. But he's not the finished article yet. Tierney is so injury prone. Yeah, you're right. And here comes Tavares. So, Nuno Tavares is on. Tierney off. Another poor game from Tierney. But remember, guys, he's better than Luke Shaw. Aspilicueta. James. Goes down the line. Lukaku picks it up. Lukaku waiting for the run of Mason Mount. Lukaku ignores him. Just shrugs off Tavares and wins a free kick. Tavares instantly goes into the book. Sorry, that's Sambi Lokonga. To be fair, when we got Lukaku, we did. He's just Lukaku, Mourinho, instead of, well, just base fitness off how he looked and whatever, and wanted Lukaku to beef up a little bit. So did Belgium. So it was only our fault. So Alonso goes into the back post. Rudiger heads it back across. Good defending. Kovacic over the bar. Sambi Lokonga. Martinelli. Goes down the line. Aubameyang wins the header, but can't flick it into Martinelli. Interesting that Tuchel prefers Alonso to Chilwell. I don't know if he prefers him or not. I think they just rotate. Although Alonso has been starting, hasn't he? But I mean, look, Chilwell played in the Champions League final, didn't he? But look, with Alonso, you play him as a part of a back four, you're asking for trouble. Part of a back three, you're getting an absolutely world-class fullback, or wing-back. Pepe. Ball comes in from Cedric. Oh, unlucky Smith Rowe. Just not a great touch by Smith Rowe. And Cedric was miles off. Tell you what, Aspilicueta must go down as one of the most underrated players in the Premier League. Aspilicueta, what a player. Mari, oh, you can't get hold of Lukaku at all. Alonso, Reece James, goes for goal. Deflects wide. Lukaku's a monster. Pablo Mari cannot control this man. I actually forgot how good Lukaku is. As a centre-back, he must be a nightmare to play against. Yeah. So good. Ball comes in. Well defended. Reece James puts it back. Kovacic! Wide. Kante's now coming on for Chelsea. Jorginho. Tavares wins the header. Xhaka. Turns out, humble. Imagine having the luxury of bringing on someone like Kante into N'Golo Kante coming off your bench. And look, this is what I mean about our squad. Yeah, you make a fantastic point. Say what you want about Ollie. Arsenal are taking, not Arsenal, Chelsea are bringing Kante on. We're bringing McTominay on. Oh, what's happened here? Reece James is down. Fuck. He's moving. Right, I don't know what's happened here. I didn't actually see what happened. Reece James. That's my. I like. What's that? Does anyone actually know what happened to Reece James? Reece James is up, which is good to see. I don't know. Like, he looked like he was unconscious or like knocked out when he was on the ground. Sambi Lokonga. Aubameyang heads it. Just no one attacking it from Aubameyang when Aubameyang heads it into the middle. Aubameyang, I have to say, he's looked good since coming on. Fair play to Aubameyang. He's looked good. Kante. Lukaku. Poor from Lukaku, but he gets it back and wins it so well. Jorginho. Marcus Alonso. Kante. Pepe does well. Rudiger. Jorginho. Christensen. Aspilicueta. Do you think... I do. I think Willock is a player like McTominay who, while he's a good player... Well, whether or not you believe McTominay to be a good player or not, he's good, would be good for a team like Newcastle, like a Southampton, like a, I don't know, Burnley, I guess, but not for Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea, so on and so forth. Like, do I ever think Joe Willock will ever get an England call up? Probably not. Similar, I guess, to like a Jesse Lingard. Is he good enough for Manchester United? No, he's not. But go to West Ham, he'll be quite good. Rudiger puts the ball into the box. Leno easily grabs. Rudiger does well. Aspilicueta. Kante. Here comes N'Golo Kante. Finds Mason Mount. Mount, lovely ball out wide to Romelu Lukaku. 1v1 with Tavares. Finds Reece James. Mount. Puts the ball in. Lukaku. What a save! Leno. What a save by Bernd Leno. Mount, lovely ball in. Bernd Leno. What a save. I'll tell you what. Look, this is this is kind of what I mean about Leno, inconsistent players. If that Leno that saved that was played against Brentford, I think Arsenal probably win the game. But they didn't. He was awful against Brentford, and that's why they lost. And that's why players like Leno aren't good enough. Right, can we actually see the corner then? Gabriel Martinelli looked like he's injured. He's injury prone, or gets injured quite a bit. But it's always different injuries with Martinelli. It's weird. Balogun's are now on. Balogun's on for Martinelli. Balogun was awful last game. Reece James, well blocked by Tavares, I think it was. Out for a throw in. Looks like Leno's. No, they are. That is exactly what he's wearing. He did. Arsenal did the same last year. I remember at one point, I think it was Leno was wearing the away shirt instead of the goalkeeper shirt. I don't know why they do it. Tavares loses the ball. Smith Rowe. Here is Emil Smith Rowe, puts it across, looking for Tavares as well. Chelsea. Lukaku wins a throw. He's absolutely brilliant. Reece James, N'Golo Kante, back to James. Pumps it down the line. Lukaku brings it down really well. Oh, Lukaku's absolutely mugged Murray. Finds Mount, puts it across. And that's what I mean about Leno. That's what I mean about Leno. That piece of goalkeeping right there, dreadful. Ball bounced up, could have given away a penalty, and then Arsenal defenders have to get it clear. Lukaku's been incredible. Was his biggest fan at United, but what a performance! It's because part of the reason is because of the expectations of Lukaku in this team. Lukaku isn't expected to get involved with loads of build-up play and like he was at Manchester United. He's kind of expected. Well, sometimes we'll go long to you. If we do, hold it up and knock it into somebody, and then just make sure you're in the box, and we'll get the ball into you. At United, it was more bring it down, look up, have a chase, and then knock it through to like a Rashford. It's different games. But at the same time, I think Lukaku can do more. He can do the things United were probably expecting him to do now after his time at Inter Milan, because he I think you said earlier, he's slimmed down. Tavares puts the ball in. Good block from Reece James out for a corner. Right, so I imagine Pepe will take this corner. Can we actually have a good ball in from Pepe, please? Pepe puts the ball in. Mendy just does enough to get it out. Here is Hakim Ziyech. Looks for the ball to N'Golo Kante. Good defending by Cedric. Smith Rowe. Great challenge by Kante, but Smith Rowe keeps hold of it. Pepe. Wins a throw in. Tavares. Tavares has looked pretty good since coming on. Or from Balogun. Balogun's just not good enough. He's not ready. Murray goes into Tavares. It's given a Chelsea throw. Lukaku. James. Here is Hakim Ziyech. Good defend him. Kante. Hakim Ziyech. Ziyech looks to put the crossing right into Xhaka. Ziyech. James. Jorginho. Azpilicueta. Just knocking the ball around now, Chelsea. Just keeping the ball. Just showing off how good they are. Mendy. Long ball. Well won by Arsenal. Smith Rowe flicks it on to Balogun. Lose out though. Alonso. Hakim Ziyech. Looks for Lukaku. Tavares can't really... Well, does a little bit, but not enough. Lukaku finds Havertz. Could be free. Leno saves. Right at Leno. Went through his legs, but didn't go in. Fuck me, Arsenal. What is that defending? Xhaka. Looks for the run of Balogun. Nothing comes of it though. Mendy. Long ball. Pablo Mari awful there. That's a foul really. Smith Rowe. Ball from Smith Rowe. Here comes Jorginho. Ziyech. Edge of the box. Ziyech goes for goal over the bar. I mean, look, if things don't come any easier for Arsenal, next up they have Man City, then Norwich and Burnley, which I mean you'd hope they would win. Then it's straight to a North London derby. Emo's coming on. Reece James puts this corner in. Balogun heads out for another corner. And now we're just kind of waiting for a full-time whistle at this point, aren't we? What I would like to say is thank you all for tuning in, for whether it was just this stream or the watch along earlier for the Man United game. That is great. It is greatly appreciated and means a lot. So thank you all for doing that. And here comes Timo Werner. Comes on for Kai Havertz. Here comes Timo. Reece James with a throw. Lukaku. Alonso. Puts the ball in. Lukaku heads it. Reece James will just pick it up. Ball comes in. Mari heads clear. Jorginho. Aspilicueta. N'Golo Kante. Good defending by Tavares. Three minutes of added time. Rudiger heads clear. Lukaku gets man of the match according from Sky. Rightly so. Lukaku's been fantastic. Leno. Goes long. Rudiger somewhat deals with it. Balogun finds Aubameyang, looks for Balogun again. Good defending by Chelsea. Mendy rolls it into Aspilicueta. Christensen, Aspie, Reece James. Throw in for Chelsea. In their own half, near their penalty area. Obviously, they've won the game, obviously, haven't they? Throwing Chelsea again, pretty much same area. Just over a minute to go now here at the Emirates. Chelsea, brilliant today. Who went to? Ooh, we actually did have a 2-0 Chelsea prediction. So what we'll do, we'll pin that comment. Aspilicueta goes long. Throw in for Chelsea. Just high up the pitch. I'm just kind of waiting for this game to finish at this point. The game's over, innit? I mean, it's been over as a contest for a while. And N'Golo Kante tackled as he was breaking into the box. Balogun, good defending by Christensen. Rudiger goes back to Rudiger. Well in their own half now. Jorginho. James. Kante. Just inside their own half, wins a free kick. And now, final whistle will blow any second now. Oh, and it has gone. Final whistle blows. Chelsea 2, Arsenal 0. And it's been a thoroughly convincing result and performance by Chelsea. And Romelu Lukaku on his debut his second debut for Chelsea. Scores the winner. Reece James got the second after what was a fantastic move from Chelsea. And now we have a title race going really already. Chelsea are proving themselves. Look, they're not going to be any slouch. I had them 4th this year. That was obviously before they signed Lukaku. I made that prediction before Lukaku signed. He looks back. He's back. He looks an absolute beast, which I think a lot of people knew he would be. Anyway, that is going to be it from me today. If you have enjoyed, please do hit that like button below. Subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. Down in the description below, there's links to my Fantasy Premier League. There's links to all sorts of fun jazz. So make sure you go check all them links down in the description below. Anyway, like I said, that is going to be it from me today. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. In a bit. Peace. Oh, I've messed it up. Oh, I've messed up the ending. You idiot. There we go.